Hello, 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 and good morning. Good morning, my dears. I love you. It is all gonna be okay. It is all gonna be okay. I've got people that just sit back and watch these videos and just sit with me. So if that's what you'd like to do, you are welcome to do that. I'm going to be as loving and as gentle as possible with these readings, while also honoring if something very powerfully comes through, I'm going to share it with you. So welcome to my All Signs reading for this new moon in Gemini that we have coming up on the 26th, 27th, depending on where you are on the planet. So this is technically like the part 2. I already did my new moon in Gemini explained, so please go watch that if you have not already, to get a lot of like the general vibe for what's coming through right now. After you watch that, we're going to get into the reading. And so this is my, I'll introduce myself. My name is Sarah, if you've never been here before. I'm a channeler and an astrologer. So today we're going to be channeling messages for you through the lens of the new moon in Gemini at 6 degrees. And this is my general wheel. Starts in Aries and goes all the way around to Pisces. As always, watch for your rising sign first, and watch the video for where Gemini, the 6 degrees of Gemini, falls in your chart. Sometimes that means you have to watch an adjacent video. What do you mean by that, Sarah? These are whole sign. I use Placidus in my life. So sometimes, I'm a Scorpio rising. Sometimes I watch the Sagittarius video, because sometimes the new moons and full moons fall within that house. So watch for your rising sign first. And then if there's another one that's adjacent, that's, where the new moon is falling, definitely watch that. And then watch for your sun, and then watch for your moon sign to get the energy and the vibrations. So my gentle disclaimer, this is not a personalized reading. I'm going to say Palo Santo again. This is not a personalized reading, so please do your own research on everything and don't take it as doctrine. These are, channeled messages that come through, and if they resonate, that's amazing. If not, that's okay. And please, as always, reach out directly if you're keen for a private session. If you're keen for a private booking, we can have a consultation and kind of decide together what service of mine best suits your needs. So let's get into it. I'm going to introduce the planets and then we're going to get started. So this is the sun, the moon, this is Mercury, this is the chart ruler for this new moon, Venus, and Mars. I've been working on a Mastery Mars program, or Mars Mastery, pardon me, and that's going to be launching on the 3rd of June. The 3rd of June. I'm very, very excited. I've been in hermit mode really creating that, and so planting seeds. If you're keen to work with Mars, if you love understanding Mars, if you feel like sometimes your Mars has been overactive or underactive, this is a program that's going to go through natal Mars and houses and the signs, transiting Mars and houses and the signs, Mars in our daily life, journal prompts, guided meditations. As much as I can offer you, it's been a real creative process of birthing that. So I just wanted to highlight that. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Black Moon Lilith, Chiron, and the North Node and South Node. I follow the mean node and the mean Lilith, not the true, just to let you know. North Node and South Node that I placed down like this, so you can see what the North Node is going into and kind of what the South Node is releasing. I think that's it. Let's get into the reading. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, probably for the entirety of the summer or winter, but do not sit on this energy. Do not sit on this energy, Aries. You're like, no, I won't. I'm not gonna. I'm good. This is... I'm hearing the term walking away. But it's like walking away in your mind. Yeah, this is mental mastery. This is really coming up for you right now. This is huge stuff, Aries, and all the work that you've been doing is really coming into fruition. But this is early communication, short trips around town. You might feel like you want to scream, but then it's like very Rose to It where you're like, I'm standing in the middle of the room screaming and no one even looks up. And you're learning how to look up. So this is reparenting yourself. This is calming your nervous system. This is deep work, Aries. This is deep work. Be as conscious as you possibly can about every single word that comes out of your mouth. And literally have the visual in your mind's eye at all times that God is in the room with you in every moment, giving you every single thing that you say. Giving you every single thing that you say. And validating every single thing that you say. You know, there's an image that had came up a long time ago, whereas, you know, however you visualize the afterlife, and when you're done and you just like sit in front of the TV with God, and God goes through all of like, you did this, you said this, you said this, you said this. What if there was a script that you were given at the end of your days when you leave this planet, and you see every single word that you ever spoke, every single thing that you ever said? You know, as we're rewiring our you know, nervous system, and as we're rewiring our brain and doing it, you know, with hypnosis tapes and guided meditations and all the things, sometimes your brain will brain. So we're not attaching, you know, we're not entertaining every thought that comes into our mind, but the words you speak, Aries, that's a choice, dude. That's a choice. So you bite your tongue right now until it bleeds. I'm kidding, but if you have to, obviously do it. But just sit in that silence and let it simmer. And be so aware of every single thing that you say and keep going, Aries. I just feel a lot of you, it's like you're waiting for the seeds to crack open and sprout, and they will. You're kind of near the very end of the race right now, Aries. So don't mess it up with your words. You must control your temper. All right, I love you. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. Oh, buddy. This is money, money. Money, 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 money. Money. What you want and why is what I'm hearing right now. Like, what do you want and why do you want it? Yeah. Yeah. There's some last little bits of like releasing underdog energy or releasing the watch me energy and just being like, I kind of just want a really cozy bougie life. I kind of don't want to work as often as I'm working. I kind of want this, like, it's so okay to want those things, but declare it, and really just talk about your values right now and define your values. Really define your values right now. This is money, access to resources, values. The full moon is going to be in your house of shared possession. So if you have been in an environment that is not conducive to your growth, question it and just say, I'm open to something new coming. Just be okay with that. But really ask yourself, what are your values? Because not everyone wants to be of service. Not everyone wants to be growing all the time. Not everyone, wants to be a part of New Earth. That's totally fine. But you decide. You decide what you want. Yeah. This is kind of big picture stuff, Taurus. And, we talked about that at the new moon in Taurus, in your sign. We talked about setting 1 to 5 year goals. And really, you could go back and watch those videos from a month ago and really look at, like, was I, there's something fascinating. Whereas, we can get lost right now in the daily grind, especially when we're in fight or flight, especially when we don't know, if we're having, trauma responses, or family members are all over the place, or I don't have enough to pay my bills, or I'm staying in this environment because it pays the bill. We can stay in that, and it can prevent us from looking to the North Star, of looking to what it is that we want in a year or 5 years. I would actually ask you to lean into maybe just some feelings, Taurus. Like, how do I want to feel every day? And it doesn't have to be a picture of, like, this is the house I want, or this is the job I want, or this is the thing I want. But really asking yourself, like, how do I want to feel every day in my future? And try to pull that in now. But look at, like, if there are components to your daily life right now that are preventing you from looking into the future and setting big goals for yourself, also be aware of that and look at that. And please reach out if I can be helpful in just viewing this with you and unpacking that. I'm happy to do so. So let me know how I can support you. Love you. Gemini rising, Gemini sun, happy birthday, Gemini moons. How you do that? How do you do that? So many times. I'm like, how does a Gemini moon do what they do? That's just beautiful stuff. So cool. So cool. I want you to be me right now. Like, I want you to be so self-focused. And love every aspect of yourself. I can't even tell you how many times in my life I've been talking to a Gemini, and they will go on, these specific people that I'm talking about have gone on, like, we're talking about one thing, like, we're talking about natural history, and then all of a sudden they're talking about, like, the t-shirt that they bedazzled from Delia's back in 1975, but 1992. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just interrupted you. I just cut you off when I went on a side quest. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm an Aries sextile, I'm an Aries. Take me down the side quest. What were your eyebrows like in 1993? What was your room like? Tell me what CDs you had popping off of. Like, totally okay. So I say this to you because if you're in a season of talking about yourself and growing yourself and doing these different things, you can take up as much space as you would like in my mind's eye. I want to talk about you. I want to watch you grow. I want you to nourish all of those things. We have that full moon that's going to be coming up in 2 weeks in your house of relationships. So I want you to be so self-focused that you start to notice the people that aren't supportive of your growth. It's something that came up so strongly in my all signs reading in my membership groups for Gemini season, for you, where it was this, like, checking out, but not by, like, substances or drugs or alcohol. Like, it wasn't like that, but it was like you were a little bit like, I make a great amount of money at this job, so I'm just going to stay here. They allow you to have, within a year, you can go for an interview and you can ask for a 15-cent raise. And isn't that great? And the quote that came through was from Hook. And it was, there you are, Peter. Like, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are, Gemini. I want that gumption. I want that tenacity. I want it on full display right now. Show me who you are. I want big sunglasses on. I want your hair all crinkled and big. I want it big. I want it big. So, but that's a great way to vet. This is the season of you talking about yourself, especially Gemini risings. And this is if maybe you're coming out your shell and showing the world who you are, and the person that you're talking to is like, you've been talking about yourself a lot. Goodbye. Goodbye. I mean, it's Gemini season, so I apologize. I'm a little bit sassafras, but like, if someone can't support you when you're in that space of like enjoying yourself, having known what you've gone through since 2008 or in the past year, if they're not supporting you in a high moment, then why are they there? Love you. You're worth taking seriously. Just saying. Cancer, rising Cancer, sun, Cancer, moon. You'll be feeling this. Yeah, how are you doing? Man. I forget about that. That's Jupiter going into a sign. Like in a week from the new moon. 2 weeks, pardon me. Jupiter goes into your sign on the 9th of June. That's big stuff. Yeah, that's big stuff. This is an incredible choice point for you. An absolute incredible choice point. And I don't care if it's minimal steps every day. Do not sit on this energy. Don't waste it. Just be, studying for that certification, doing the reps and sets of creating whatever it is. You're getting out of a situation right now that might feel a little bit harsh. It might feel a little bit intense right now. Just keep going. Just keep going. Feel your feelings. Cry like it's a food group. And let people who are not choosing to come on the ride with you, don't judge them. Spend time in contemplation, mourning it if you need to, go through the stages of grief, but walk the lonely path. Do not stay small to make the people around you feel better about themselves. You're a Cancer. Stop it. I didn't know this was going to be so fresh today, my goodness, but not everybody's as fresh, but yours, you need to know how special you are. You need to know how special you are. It will feel intense. The North Node is in a water sign and Lilith is in a water sign, and it will feel intense. It's fire and air. Ground, cry, go to the ocean, look at visuals of the ocean, sit in the shower for longer than is absolutely necessary or appropriate, talk to the water. But do not sit on this energy, Cancer. Keep going, even a little bit every day. Just a little bit every day towards your goals. Whatever it is for you. I can't even list the amount of different things that Cancerian, like I can't even, anything that you're doing that is your North Star, the bridge that you're going over, Cancer. Do not give up. Just give it energy every single day. Every single day. I don't care if it's 60 seconds. I don't care. Sometimes for me, the only Italian I can do is my daily Duolingo, just so I get the, you did it today, and that's enough. And that's enough. Yeah, because when I see that I'm in like 80 plus days of doing Duolingo, it don't matter. It don't matter how little I put into it. I showed up for it. So show up for your goals. It won't always be this insane. It won't always take so much tenacity, but you're at a crucial point of the journey right now, Cancer. So don't sit on this. Keep it up, cry like it's a food group, then splash some water on your face and get back to it. Yeah, this is an active time in the world, not a passive one. And I hope that this is inspiring and not yelling at you, because you're doing an incredible job. But keep it up. You're in the mud and I see you in your arena. Go read the Man in the Arena speech. It'll make you feel better because I see you. Leo, Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You might get a reprise of something that happened last August-ish timing. It was the end of last year. I mean, the end of last summer. So I'm just getting this, like, because a lot of you basically, if you haven't been with me for a while, something happened in, I mean, this is your life, so I'm talking to you. It has nothing to do with me. But something happened last August, September, October, November. It was like kind of like third, fourth quarter of 2024. Something happened within your community. Somebody wronged you. Somebody did something. But your ego, and this isn't for everybody, so discern, please. Your ego, Leo, got kicked in the nads. It was like teeth, nads, tits, everything. You just got like bloodied and beaten, and it was a little bit of that ego death that needed to happen, but you're like, that was one of the most painful experiences that I've ever had in my life. This could be a moment of you completing a cycle from that. It was very connected to Jupiter and Gemini. It was very connected to your community, your friendships, I don't even think it was wishes for the future. It was like somebody in your community gossiped about you. Somebody, you thought you were like, oh, I'm a Leo and I'm doing great. And then it I forget, it was like this analogy. It was like, you were in a group text, and this is just a dramatization. This has nothing to do with reality. It's like you were in a group text with all these people, and you didn't really want to be in the group text. Like, you knew that you had to leave the group text, but then all of a sudden, somebody accidentally sends something in that group text that alludes to A, they were talking about you, and B, there was another group text that you're like, I'm sorry, what? We don't even have the emotional regulation to tell each other that we don't want to talk to each other. You're acting like children where I'm the only one like a lion. But then you kind of went back and you were like, I didn't even want to be here anyway. I didn't even want to be in this group text anyways. And I was kind of waiting for something like this to happen so that I could leave. And now you're completing that cycle. Something's going to come up for you that says, are you going to be passive? Or are you going to be a passive observer of your life? Or are you going to be an active participant of your life? This is big. This is big. And it could also be just like somebody that, it's just the community that you are in doesn't have to be the community that you talk to right now. Like, you could be in your 3D job. This came up for a few other signs in the Gemini season completely, so it's not just you, but you could be at your 3D job and be daydreaming about what you're doing for a living, be daydreaming about the family, be daydreaming about traveling, all these different things, and not talking and, gossiping around the water cooler. So don't let your environment dictate you, but stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself, not violently, but verbally. And find ways to just end things with people, but stand up for yourself and say, this isn't for me anymore. This could be a time of ending friendships, just closing some chapters so that you can move forward and not stay stuck where you are. You have so much to do in this world, Leo, and you are a powerful placement. So do not sit on your own light and snuff it out. Show the world how powerful you are. I love you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Virgo. I love this. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, this house is no joke for you right now. This is legacy. This is public life. This is career. I'm going to take a sip of tea before I say what I want to say. Some of you have outgrown the environment that you're in. And you know it. And you know it. Don't get stuck. It's really scary. Some of you might be a little bit older than you thought you were to, you know, change careers, change job, change your trajectory, change something. But you are so worthy of a healthy environment where you don't have to be like the one that runs things and not get paid for it. The new world needs you. Yeah. Yeah, don't let the world keep punching you in the teeth, please. And don't justify it as the golden handcuffs. That's what we call it in the restaurant industry. The golden handcuffs. It's payday every day. How could you ever leave? You just do, and you know, ask for help, and you work your tuchus off at something that fills you up. That's what you do. Who do you want to be on the public stage? Do you want to be on a public stage? Do you want to get paid well for something? You know, Pluto, the 6th house is a Virgo run house. For you, it's run by Aquarius. Pluto's going to be here for 20 years. I have an entire Pluto and Aquarius video. It's in the playlist, the longer range transit playlist. Definitely go watch that. Definitely go watch that. Because your daily life will shift. And remember, God, the God of our understandings, will not, I repeat, will not let you thrive in an environment that you're not supposed to thrive in. Will not let you find peace. Will not let you find calm. Will not let you find any version of quiet. Will not let you ground. Will not let you feel good in an environment that you're not supposed to be in. So please, if you have Cancer placements as well, big stuff is happening for you, and I'm so excited. But do it from the inside out. Talk to God more regularly. Talk to the God of your understanding more regularly. Talk to your higher self. Talk to your future self. I have a guided meditation on my website. It's pay what you want, so you can watch it for free if you're keen. But meeting your higher self, connect to them, talk to them. It's beautiful. You meet at a cafe table. I don't have to be there. I just introduced the two of you. The higher self energy asked me to create that guided meditation so that you had a safe understanding how to connect to your higher self. This is not just my language. This is not just my world. But Virgo, however you can connect to your inner team, they are so keen to help you. They are so keen to help you. Yeah. It's not for everybody, but some of you, that 3D job, it's not going to get better. It will not. You can't mold yourself to be smaller, to fit into a box you don't belong in. Like Alice in Wonderland, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Good stuff. Ask, you know, where do you want to sit? You know, new moons we are manifesting. This is at the tippity top of your chart at the 10th house. So ask yourself, what type of a legacy, public life, image, career do I want to be birthing? But if you're in a struggle right now, Virgo, you do not have to manifest. You do not have to participate. I have tapped out so many new moons and full moons, and I've just given the reins to my higher self. I'm like, highest and greatest timeline, go. I'm going to eat pizza and do nothing. I'm a little overwhelmed. So it's okay to do that. But just be aware of the decisions that you're making. Be aware. Be a conscious, active participant in your life instead of a passive, oh, I guess that they're just, you know, making cutbacks. I guess they're just doing this. But stand tall. You got this. Libra. Libra rising. Libra sun, Libra moon. We have been talking a lot about relationships, so I'm not going to mention that now, unless it like very specifically comes up. But I'm going to do my best to focus on, oh my God, I'm so excited to read for Jupiter and Cancer for you, Libra rising. I'm jazzed to read that. That'll be a whole separate video, so I'm not going to talk about that here, but that's going to be so much fun for you. This is quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education, spirituality, teaching, learning, going. This is a Sag run house. For you, it's run by Gemini. So instead of mutable fire, it's mutable air. third and ninth house axis, it is fun. It can be very confusing. It can be very, wait, what do you mean early learning? What do you mean short trips? What do you mean neighbors and going places? Making the world a smaller place. And really focusing on what it is what are your big goals and why have you labeled them as big? And how can you become, it's so cliche. I'm sorry, Libra. It is a little cliche what you're experiencing right now. It is. It's like, what are your big goals? Why have you labeled them as big? And how can you actively be the version of yourself that lives that daily life? Do you dress like them? Do you talk like them? Do you work like them? Do you do, like, how can you become that version of them? And this could be very seasonal. It could be very seasonal. You could be saying, like, who do I want to be for the next season of life? It might not be, I'm just picking up on some energy. It could be maybe for this next season, whether it's summer or winter, depending on where you are on the planet. You could say, what type of a life do I want? Do I want a relationship? Do I not want a relationship? Do I want to travel? Do I not want to travel? Do I want new community? Do I like the community that I'm in? Do I want to make more money, or am I happy with the money that I'm earning right now? These are bigger constructs. This is also the legal. The 7th and the 9th house are about legalities. So if there are things, like it's kind of saying, like, please stay on the straight and narrow and don't do anything mischievous. Yeah, I would say for some of you, full body chill. Don't do anything mischievous. If someone has wronged you, don't go after them shady style. Let them, the world will bring it to your doorstep. I promise you. I absolutely promise you. The world will bring you the opportunity to receive what it is that you're meant to receive. The world will bring it to your doorstep. But if you choose to play shady, I don't want to watch. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's, sometimes I've seen people in the world that are doing something like just so, like just speaking spells and doing things, and I'm just like, do you not believe in God and karma? A, and B, I don't want to watch. It's my judgment that says what you're doing is wrong. I have a whole video, Reverence for the Villain. Definitely watch that. Definitely go watch that, Libra. If someone has wronged you, go watch the video Reverence for the Villain and make a choice. This is a choice point. You can grow and say, if I'm meant to be in a legal battle with this person, God will bring that to me. But right now, I'm moving forward. I'm getting out of this job. I'm getting out of this environment. I'm getting out of this situation. And I'm moving along with my life because I'm not going to stay small for anybody. I'm going to grow. The Reverence for the Villain. It's in one of my playlists, either the toolbox or the guidance and validation. I forget what I called it, but it's in one of the toolbox, Libra. It's a shorter video worth your time if this is resonating with you. I love you. Scorpio. Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. I do have to say that in the Gemini season all signs reading that is in my membership groups, in the zodiac room, as well as in the divine sovereign room, there's a little bit of a light that's kind of popping up in your life right now. And it's not so much like a light at the end of the tunnel, but you're like, I am the light, I am the tunnel, I am this, I am this, I am this. And this is gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. Jupiter in Cancer is going to be very expansive for you. I'm jazzed about that. You might be moving. I don't know, but I will do a whole video on that. This is shared possessions. This is deep transformation. This is a Scorpio run house. I know. I'm so sorry. You're super activated again. Yeah. I'm a Scorpio rising too, so I'm not in any way like mocking you. I'm experiencing this as well. Yeah. This could be, there's a few different things I'm hearing. I'm hearing like you got a mulligan on something. Good news is coming. Good news is coming. It's like not, they're putting it in quotations. It's very 8 of Wands energy. It's like the check you receive, it's in the mail. It's coming. This is a very strange image. I'm seeing you like running away from the energy of money and knowing that like, please look at your family's relationship with money and turn around and like face it and say, money, I like accept you. Let's talk. Writing a letter to money, like talking and being open to receive. Really be open to receive more than you've ever received in your entire life, Scorpio. Fully. And start to really calm your nervous system and be ready for that. Just be open to that. There's no timeline that I want to give you because it's you, and I don't want to like, we talked about this the last time where I'm not going to be like, it's happening now, it's happening soon. It happens when you decide. When your soul decided, this is when it happens. When you decide enough is enough of all of these different things. When you decide that your body and nervous system is ready for whatever it is that you're calling in to be there, that's when it happens. But knowing that it's not outside of us, it's in us. And knowing that the environment that you're in right now, Scorpio, might not, I'm having a full body chill, it might be so, not even conducive, but like detrimental to your growth right now. You know, you're in the mud, you're a little lotus flower. And it was the environment that you chose to be in. Otherwise, you'd be somewhere else. So get out of the house. So many of you open that laptop at the cafe and just keep on keeping on. But yeah, looking at your relationship with shared possessions, looking at your relationship with money, that could be just practical things to do right now. And for me, I'm going to offer this to you anytime I say, I've processed that already. I check in with my inner teenager. I have a whole video on working with the inner teenager. I have a blog that goes with it. That's, where is it? It's recent, so it's definitely just scroll down on my page and you'll find it. But if you say that at any time, I've processed that already. I've already done this work. Look at your inner teenager and check yourself, because there's a new level that's trying to find you. Let it come in and welcome it with open arms. This is very attached to the mother father. So be very be gentle with yourself at the same time, and call me if I can be helpful. Please. You don't have to do this alone. I love you. Sagittarius. I love the first phrase that just came through, which was like, you don't give a it about what people think of you right now. You don't give an it. I don't like to swear anymore. It just doesn't feel good in my mouth, especially when I'm channeling. So you don't give an it. You don't give a flying F. Who are the aligned people that you want at your table, Sag? You know, you're setting the dinner table and you're like, okay, well, you know, I'm here, my divine partner is here, maybe we've got some kids at the table, maybe I have an assistant, maybe I have an accountant, maybe I have, thriving YouTube, or, subscribers or clients, or like, who's in your life? Who's in your life? Who's at the table? Because we are not meant to experience this world alone. If you're in a hermit mode right now, that's on purpose for you to decide who sits at the table. Because once you decide the energy and vibration of the people that you want sitting at your table, that's when you go live your life. That's why I love, doing things like practically manifesting, practically doing all these things. I don't like the term magic usually, but like practically integrating all of astrology, practically doing this so that we script and then we go live our lives. And then we discern. We can't live in school all the time. We can't live in hermit mode all the time. We can't stay, in this energy. This is the card that represents this decan of the astrological wheel. We can't let our burns or our past experiences tell us it's not safe to go out there. there is this podcast, and I couldn't pull it out of my bum where it came from. They were talking about, oh geez, oh my God, might have been on Theo Vaughn. I do not know. I think it could have been that woman who does like neuroscience, and she talks about the brain and, you know, manifesting. She makes it like very scientifically, the brain manifesting. I don't know. It could have been her talk on Theo Vaughn. I do not know. But that's as close as I can get to it. But they were talking about little mice that are out in the field. And, you know, they are trying to get food. And then a bird comes, like a hawk comes, and, you know, dives down to try to kill them. And they go into the little burrow hole. Within minutes after that experience, they're back out again. They're back out there. And they're out looking for food, and they're out putting themselves in certain danger for those experiences to survive. But as human beings, we let one relationship burn, one family burn, one experience literally traumatize us so much that we are crystallized in that moment. We never put ourselves out there again. Decide who you want at the table. And I don't care how, this is important. I'm having a full body chill, Sag. If you don't feel that you're ready, decide the type of energy that you want sitting at the table, put it into your manifestation book, put it into what you're calling in, and then every day you will radically be given opportunities to become the version that can hold that energy. Because once you attach your why to your heart and to what it is that you need, your freedom, Spirit wants to bless you, Sag. Spirit wants to bless you. Let him. Let God bless you, but you tell God what you're keen for. I love you. That was awesome. Somebody please tell me what that podcast was and who said it. Thank you. And I apologize to that woman and to Theo Vaughn if it has nothing to do with their talk, but thank you. Capricorn. Capricorn Sun. Capricorn Moon. Capricorn Rising. You're going to feel in flow for this one. I love that for you. Like daily life, health, practical service, please sign me up. Let me do the reps and sets. I am happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. This shift from Jupiter and Gemini going into Jupiter, from Jupiter going from Gemini into Cancer, might feel as though the club lights get turned on for you in a really beautiful way. Where like your abundances come in, you know, are making great money, things have really prospered in your business, and now you're like, wait, I have the time and energy, and now I have to go out into the world and date and go look for the home that I'm supposed to be living in, and I have to, you know, just explore and be adventurous, and it's not all about work anymore. No ma'am, no sir, this is exciting for you. So as triggering as it is, I really want you to learn from what you learned with the South Node in Libra, that it is about your life, and it is about family, and it is about chosen family, whomever you want to be sitting at the table of your life. But really deciding, yes, you can be at the head of the table, but who's sitting at the table? This is so similar to Sag, but in a much different energy. I'll explain. My hair's got in my tea. Daily life, health, and practical service. Okay, I got it. This is the health axis here. The 6th and the 12th house. For you, that's Gem and Sag. So what might be coming up for you right now are eating habits, ingestion habits, scrolling habits, smoking habits, drinking habits, exercise habits, all different things. Whatever your daily life is, it's coming up for you right now. When you plant seeds to become the version of yourself that is attached to heart, that is attached to the whole thing, when you get it, when you get the puzzle piece in the right spot, the universe is going to present you with opportunities to become that person on a regular basis. The universe will give you those level up. And it's not more money, more problems. It's more money, more opportunities. It's more subscribers, more clients, more this, more that, more that. Really knowing when enough is enough. Really looking at, we only have 24 hours in a day, but we also have like the same hours of the day as people that are doing a lot more than us. So maybe being a little bit stricter with your schedule or a little bit more open with your schedule. It's almost like I want you to, you can be practical here. What's not slapping in your content? What's not slapping in your videos, in your daily life? Like what isn't working? And maybe pull back from that, not doing that anymore. Gossip has been coming up for a lot of people. Comparison has been coming up for a lot of people. Really, shaving down on subscribers that like don't bring you joy anymore. And it might feel like, Sarah, I haven't been able to watch anybody while you're telling me not to watch anybody else. I want you to be aware of the things that don't get you towards the life that you want. I want you to be aware of that. And try to smooth out some of the waves and oscillation from going from hyper productivity to hyper crashing out. That was a little scattered, Cap, but I think that resonated. Around the full moon, that's going to feel so gorgeous. It's around the 11th of June, the full moon in Sag. Jupiter will be in Cancer for that. So it's going to be big soul level release and possibly like a shooting you forward into a life that you're supposed to be living and away from certain people in your life. There might be a lot that's coming up with family that you're like, I can't be around you anymore. That's okay. Try to just not have as many conversations with them now. It's like have your bags packed, get ready, do the thing, but don't let the environment that you're in dictate. You incorporate a little bit more woo. This is very scattered, Cap. I apologize, but please reach out if I can be helpful or to help make sense of that. Or ask questions here if you're keen. But like I think I'm just speaking to a lot of different people that have a lot of different stuff going off and going on. So let that, whatever resonated for you, Cap, take it. The rest is just for someone else, But that was like a flip book of different things. So good on you. Aquarius. I didn't know what planet to put down first. This could feel nice. This could feel spicy. This could feel intense. This could feel gorgeous. This could feel new. All at the very same time. Yeah. 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 I just looked over here and some of you, like Aquarius placements, some of you might be questioning relationships or if you are open to a relationship or maybe you're interested in a more unconventional relationship. Unconventional doesn't have to mean like unconventional in the conventional way, basically. It could mean when you say I desire an unconventional relationship is that you just want a little bit more freedom, a little bit more autonomy, a little bit more like maybe I want my own bedroom. But like really going to, this is the house of romance and Mars is in your house of relationships. So like romance, joy, childlike spirits, kiddos, play, fun. So yeah, I would really actually like looking into, and if you have Venus in Aquarius as well, this could resonate. Like your descendant sign is run by Leo. So as unconventional as you are perceived to be, you do like a nice bonfire. You do like a nice, Marshall's run or thrift store run. Not all of you, but and some of you are going to just fight me on that, and that's totally okay. But there are simple things in this world that are just, you can enjoy. Yeah, I'm just seeing you having like a nice barbecue. But like having separate bedrooms, then the person, like, you're so okay to have that. Yeah, you can have your own sacred space. You can have your own space. You don't have to process your inner child alongside your children. You can process your own stuff with yourself. Your sensual side, your sexual side, your divine side, your relationship side, your playful side, your romantic side. Like, what is romance to you? How do you want to meet your divine partner? Or maybe, you know, not spicing up the relationship with them, but if you're in a healthy relationship and it's with your chosen person and that person chooses you, then go on a date for the new moon, you know? And talk about when you first met and talk about where you're going and, you know, maybe call certain things in together and invite them into your manifestations and really let them be a part of your journey. If you're not yet in your divine partnership, talk to your partner. They're out there. Say, hey, I'm manifesting this. What are your manifestations? And see what comes to your mind's eye, you know? Let it be imaginative. Let it be fun. Let it be enjoyable. Keep your heart open. Pisces. Pisces rising, Pisces sun, Pisces moon. The image that I got for this new moon was of you and you were whitewater rafting and you thought it was over. And then all of a sudden it's this like big, whoa, oh my God, what was that? I didn't know that there was that. I didn't know that that was going to happen. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's potent money for you. Daily life might be shifting or asking you for it to shift. There's some home connections and there's some expectations that may be very, very niche, but it's almost like the person that like went to college for something and now they're in their field of, you know, chosen choice that they decided when they were 16 years old. And now they're recognizing that that profession really isn't for them, but their family had paid for that education, so they feel like obliged to stay in that environment. And it's like, that's a lot. I just honor the pressure that that must feel like. But speaking that to yourself is the first step. You know, saying, this isn't where I want to be. This isn't what I want to be doing. I don't like the way that this industry is going. I don't like the way that this place is being run. And I'm here because I feel trapped. Speaking that to God, you're the God of your understanding, source, spirit, universe. This is home, safety, my pocket of the world, cultural family roots. So there's a lot of weight that it feels like you're holding. I'm just seeing you as like Atlas down here. You're like, I got to provide for the kid. I got to kiddos. I got to take care of this. You know, we just got the mortgage. We got to take care of these things. Just declaring it, Pisces, is the first step. Yeah. I'm just looking over here at, you know, your 10th house. This is Pisces rising specifically. Your 10th house for Pisces sun or Pisces moon. Look at the ruling. Look at the ruler. What sign runs your 10th house? Because like, don't lean on some Sag right now. You know. Look, like that's big stuff. You're immutable axis. So like, what the seeds you plant here will grow. You know, maybe taking a class, going for an extracurricular. I wanted to say extracurric. I wanted to make it a little bit like cute for you, but there's just like a heaviness. There's a heaviness. So put it down and speak it to the God of your understanding. Just put it down. You don't have to carry it yourself. You're a very wise woman that I know in my life. You know, said to me once, it was after a big moment that she had, a big moment where it was like the I could have died type of a moment. She said, anything that I used to bring to my gal friends, any frustration that I used to have, I just brought it to God, and I just spoke to God, and I just said, God, I will become the vessel. I will work for this. Like, show me the way. And so Pisces, bringing it to God, for any of us, if you've been watching this from start to finish, I love you. Bring bring your frustrations, bring it to God, bring it to your angels, and just say, here, I lay this at your feet. Show me how to fix this. Show me messages. Talk to them. Talk to them. I love you.